Muvhango has been a prime-time pastime for millions of viewers for the past 3 decades. Some of the scenes were filmed in the sacred Thathe-Vondo forest. The show's plot focused on the fictional Mukwebo royal family as they fought for the throne, with a theme of a magical lion named Thathe that oversaw the crown. One of the show's recurring cast members, Regina Nesengani, reminisces about her time on the show. Nesengani played the role of Masindi, the chief's mother, since 2008.
It was painful to watch the last episode. It felt like my life was ending as the show ended. It was like the entire nation was also ending, and there was no other show that I could watch.
Residents of Thathe-Vondo believe the show taught viewers countless valuable lessons.
I am deeply saddened by the end of our show because we loved that it was in our beloved mother tongue of Tshivenda. We learned a lot from the show. It will show about traditional healers who were able to heal and those who did not.
Another Muvhango cast member, Susan Ravuku, says being on the show helped develop her community activism.
I'm a community activist. Then I'm helping victims of rape, domestic violence, and those who are living with HIV and AIDS. Not forget orphan and vulnerable children. So I was working behind, but since I joined Muvhango in 2014, I can say most of people, they recognize me when I do my work. They can believe me. Some of cases when we visited school, just because we have the campaigns at the schools, most of people, they came out, they break the silence, they trust me, just because some of them, they don't trust their teachers, they don't trust their parents. But immediately when I visited the school, is where a lot of cases, they came out because they trusted me.
The show's cast members believe it contributed immensely to the development of the Tshivenda language and culture.
The show taught many people Tshivenda from reading the subtitles. As Vhavenda, we felt proud. Those who were shy of speaking the language started talking it openly. Our language was no longer looked down upon, and we were very proud.
The last Muvhango episode was broadcast last week. Biman Baloi, SABC News, Thathe-Vondo.
Right, to expand the conversation, we're now joined by actor Gabriel Temudzani. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. It's been 28 years of the show on SABC screens, but I know for you it was 25 years of cultural education, you know, learning and teaching audiences the Tshivenda language. How are you navigating without your throne?
Good evening, Sesimpo, and good evening to the viewers out there. Look, the ending of our show came as a shock and a very sad situation indeed, precisely because the Venda people don't have another show that they can lean on. They don't have another show that they can watch and see themselves or see their own reflection. And as a result, it has taken away their hope. It has taken away their sense of belonging. It has taken away the platform that they used to take pride in knowing that they have a representation, particularly because we are a minority language and culture.
I know your role was the chief of Chief Azwindini Mukwebo, and you know, you played that role for 25 years. That's a significant amount of time. What has that meant to you as, you know, we broaden our conversation around culture and education?
So it simply means that as an actor, I'm unemployed, and in addition to that, it means I want to have a platform to showcase my talent, my culture, and uphold the language that we love and embrace so dearly. So it means a lot of things, and this not only for me as a person, but to the number of my colleagues, both actors and crew members who are behind the scenes.
And
but also for our viewers as well, it means that, you know, they don't have something to look forward to when it comes to television. So they have no reason to watch television, so to say.
You mentioned your colleagues. Talk to us about the kind of relationships you built over the years. I mean, I suppose this was more than a job. You were part of a family.
Indeed. Over the time, we built, you know, relationships that we could lean on, relationships that we could have brothers and sisters that at times you cannot have at home. And I could say without any ambiguity that we were a family that one could never have. And unfortunately, that family has been dismantled because of this demise that we are faced with.
You speak about a very important aspect when it comes to the media industry, television, and the roles that are within our country, and you know, the opportunities which may still come from your work on air. You know, what does it tell us about the value chain within the media industry, and you know, the preparation that one needs to have in their minds? Because yes, we see on television, but you're still perhaps a family man that still needs to provide.
Look, I think this touches a number of aspects of our being, to us as actors and to the country at large. And why am I saying this? I'm saying this precisely because as much as myself and my colleagues have lost, you know, our jobs in a country that is engulfed by unemployment and an array of other things that we cannot talk about, you and I would agree that the television fraternity is faced with, you know, evolution of sort, and one can definitely say that, you know, a majority of that crew and cast will struggle to get employment as things are at the moment.
As you reflect on the show, what are some of your fondest memories as you look back with a sense of appreciation, perhaps even pride, on the work and the impact you had as an actor together with your crew?
Well, as an African show, what we pride ourselves as some of the things that we have achieved is to tell African stories with an African narrative, to tell African stories that our people can identify with, resonate with, and get to be inspired and say to themselves, if Gabriel is doing it, I can do it. If Gabriel is on television, I can aspire to realize that which he's doing and even go beyond. Not only that, I think as a show, we have broken a number of stereotypes that our people were, that were casted upon our people. Like, you know, if we're talking about the Vhavenda people, one would say, people used to look down upon us, you know, and now that's something of the past. It's no longer there. We are fully and duly incorporated into the Republic. And in addition to that, I would say we have managed to forge and foster social cohesion to put the country together. And I would say that our show was an adhesive that kept South Africa together. And on that front, we played a very pivotal role in fostering social cohesion.
What would you say some of the biggest lessons you learned personally as an individual through the show are? Because the show had many themes. I mean, your role was around leadership and family, and there were many other cultural aspects that came about that taught South Africans about culture of the Vhavenda people, as well as the culture of just being a South African. What stands out for you?
The show taught me that, you know, there is power in our culture, and there is a profound sense of, you know, diversity that we have as South Africans, but our identity carries much brevity than that of the next person. Therefore, you don't have to look down upon yourself, regardless of you being a minority, language, or culture. What matters the most is how you carry yourself and present yourself out there. And again, it taught me about the power of a family, that, family is everything and needs to be protected at all times. And in the main, it taught me about leadership, that leadership is not about, power or, accumulating, wealth and this and that. It taught me that leadership is about, one influencing others.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. And we do hope to see you on our screens soon. And all the best with all your ventures. And thank you for entertaining us and teaching us about leadership and family values over 25 years. Gabriel Temudzani, who was Chief Azwindini in Muvhango, speaking to us there as the show comes to an end.